A queen dowager, dowager queen. A queen mother is a title or status generally held by the widow of a king. In the case of the widow of an emperor, the title of empress dowager is used. Its full meaning is clear from the two words from which it is composed. Queen indicates someone who served as queen consort, while dowager indicates a woman who holds the title from her deceased husband. A queen mother is a dowager queen who was the mother of the reigning monarch. Currently there are two queens dowager, Halevlu-Marta Ahoahomey of Tonga and Lisa Najib Halabi. Queen Ratna of Nepal was queen dowager and queen mother until the abolition of the Nepalese monarchy in 2008. Distinction from queen mother. A queen mother is a particular type of queen dowager who is simultaneously a former queen consort and the mother of the current monarch. Therefore, every queen mother is by definition also a queen dowager. However, not all queens dowager are queen's mother. They may have a relation other than mother to the reigning monarch, such as aunt and head mother. For example, Mary, Queen of Scots, was queen dowager of France after the death of her husband Francis II, to whom she bore no children. Similarly, Adelaide of Saxe-Meiningen was queen dowager after her husband William IV was succeeded by his niece Victoria. Not every mother of a reigning monarch is a queen mother or a queen dowager. For example, the mother of Queen Victoria of United Kingdom, Victoria of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld, was never a queen dowager because her husband, Edward Augustus, Duke of Kent, had never been king. Similarly, whilst being the mothers of monarchs, both Augusta of Saxe-Gotha and Srinagar Indra of Thailand were not styled queen dowager because the respective husbands, Frederick, Prince of Wales, and Mahidol Adulyadej, Prince of Songkhla, were never kings. Instead, Augusta held the title of Dowager Princess of Wales. Srinagar Indra meanwhile received the designation Princess Mother. Finally, it is possible for there to be a queen mother and one or more queens dowager alive at any one time. This situation occurred in the Commonwealth realms in the period between the accession of Queen Elizabeth II on the 6th of February 1952 and the death of her paternal grandmother on the 24th of March 1953. For slightly over a year, there were three queens alive: Queen Elizabeth II, the reigning monarch; Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, the widow of the deceased King George VI and the mother of the reigning Queen. Queen Elizabeth, the former Queen Consort, specifically adopted the appellation Queen Mother to distinguish herself from her daughter, Queen Elizabeth II. She reportedly loathed being referred to as a dowager queen. Queen Mary, the widow of King George V, the mother of the former King Edward VIII and of the late King George VI. Queen Mary had been the Queen Mother between the death of her husband in 1936 and before the accession of her granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II, as the reigning monarch in 1952. After her accession, Queen Mary became Mary, the Queen Dowager. However, she continued to be titled and styled Her Majesty Queen Mary. A Queen Dowager continues to enjoy the title, style, and precedence of a queen. However, many former queens consort do not formally use the word dowager as part of the titles. The Garter King of Arms' proclamation in the United Kingdom of the styles and titles of Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother at her funeral on the 9th of April, 2002 illustrates her dual status as a Queen Dowager and a Queen Mother. Thus it hath pleased Almighty God to take out of this transitory life unto his divine mercy the late Most High, Most Mighty and Most Excellent Princess Elizabeth, Queen Dowager and Queen Mother, Lady of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, Lady of the Most Ancient and Most Noble Order of the Thistle, Lady of the Imperial Order of the Crown of India, Grand Master and Dame Head Cross of the Royal Victorian Order upon whom had been conferred the Royal Victorian Chain, Dame Head Cross of the Most Excellent Order of the British British Empire, Dame Grand Cross of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John, relict of His Majesty King George VI and mother of Her Most Excellent Majesty Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of her other realms and territories, Queen, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith, sovereign of the most noble order of the Garter, whom may God preserve and bless with long life, health and honor and all worldly happiness. British Queen's Dowager. There were several former Queens Consort of England, Scotland, and later the United Kingdom, who were never Queen Mothers. The following Queens were Dowagers between the given dates, where the Queen Mothers are not of England: Edith of Wessex, the 5th of January 1066 to 18 December 1075, wife of Edward the Confessor, sister of Harold Godwinson; Adeliza of Louvain, the 1st of December 1135 to 23 April 1151, wife of Henry I of England, remarried to William D'Orbigny, 1st Earl of Arundel in 1139; Eleanor of Aquitaine, the 6th of July 1189 to 1 April 1204, wife of Henry II of England, queen mother to Richard I and John; Berengaria of Navarre, the 6th of April 1199 to 23 December 1230, wife of Richard I of England; Isabella of Angoulême, 1819 October 1216, the 31st of May 1246, wife of John of England and queen mother to Henry III of England, remarried to Hugh of Lusignan 1220; Eleanor of Provence, the 16th of November 1272 to 24 June 1291, wife of Henry III of England and queen mother to Edward I of England; Marguerite of France, the 7th of July 1307 to 14 February 1317, wife of Edward I of England and stepmother to Edward II of England; Isabella of France, September 1327, the 22nd of August 1358, wife of Edward II of England and queen mother to Edward III of England, from her husband's deposition on the 20th of January 1327. Isabella of Valois, the 14th of February 1399 to 13 September 1409, wife of Richard II of England, ceased to be queen consort with Richard's deposition on the 30th of September 1399. Remarried to Charles I de Valois, Duke of Orleans, on the 29th of June 1406. Joanna of Navarre, the 20th of March 1413 to 9 July 1437, wife of Henry IV of England and stepmother to Henry V of England. Catherine of Valois, the 31st of August 1422 to 3 January 1437, wife of Henry V of England and queen mother to Henry VI of England. Remarried to Owen Tudor in 1428 to 1429. Margaret of Anjou, the 21st of May 1471 to 25 August 1482, wife of Henry VI of England. Elizabeth Woodville, the 9th of April 1483 to 8 June 1492, wife of Edward IV of England and queen mother to Edward V of England until the latter's deposition and death in 1483. Of England and Ireland, Anne of Cleves survived her marriage to Henry VIII until her death on the 16th of July 1557, but since her marriage had been annulled on the 9th of July 1540, she was not considered a queen dowager. Catherine Parr, the 28th of January 1547 to 5 September 1548, sixth and last wife of Henry VIII of England and stepmother to his children King Edward VI, Lady Mary and Lady Elizabeth. remarried to Thomas Seymour, 1st Baron Seymour of Sudeley, most likely in mid-spring of 1547, of England, Ireland and Scotland. Henrietta Maria of France, the 30th of January 1649 to 10 September 1669, wife of Charles I of England, Scotland and Ireland and Queen Mother to Charles II of England, Scotland and Ireland. Catherine of Braganza, the 6th of February 1685 to 30 November 1705, wife of Charles II of England, Scotland and Ireland. Mary of Modena, the 16th of September 1701 to 7 May 1718, wife of James II of England and Amp, Ireland, and James VII of Scotland, ceased to be Queen Consort with his deposition on the 11th of December 1688, of the United Kingdom, Adelaide of Saxe Mining, and the 20th of June 1837 to 2 December 1849, wife of William IV of the United Kingdom. Alexandra of Denmark, the 6th of May 1910 to 20 November 1925, wife of Edward VII, Queen Mother to George V. Mary of Teck, 20th of January 1936 to 24 March 1953, wife of George V, Queen Mother to Edward VIII and George VI until the latter's death on 6 February 1952. Lady Elizabeth Bosley on 6 February 1952 to 30 March 2002, wife of George VI and Queen Mother to Elizabeth II, styled as Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother. Other. Note that in some of the countries mentioned below it is unusual to indicate a former queen consort as a dowager. Bavaria, Caroline of Baden, second wife and widow of King Maximilian I Joseph. Marie of Prussia, wife of King Maximilian II and mother of Kings Ludwig II and Otto. Belgium, Elizabeth of Bavaria, wife and widow of King Albert I. Fabiola de Moura y Arrogant, wife and widow of King Baudouin. Brazil, Amélie of Luxembourg, wife and widow of Pedro I of Brazil. China, Empress Dowager Cixi, wife and widow of the Xianfeng Emperor. Empress Dowager Cian, wife and widow of the Xianfeng Emperor. Croatia, Helen of Zadar, wife and widow of King Michael Kresimir II of Croatia. Denmark, Sophia Magdalene of Brandenburg-Kulmbach, wife and widow of King Christian VI of Denmark. Juliana Maria of Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel, second wife and widow of King Frederick V of Denmark. France, Mary Tudor, third wife and widow of Louis XII. Eleanor of Austria, second wife and widow of Francis I. Catherine de' Medici, wife and widow of Henry II. Mary, Queen of Scots, wife and widow of Francis II. Elizabeth of Austria, wife and widow of Charles IX. Louise of Lorraine, wife and widow of King Henry III. Marie de' Medici, second wife and widow of King Henry IV. Anne of Austria, wife and widow of King Louis XIII. Hawaii, Dowager Queen Kahumanu's favored wife of King Kamehameha I. Queen Emma of Hawaii, Queen Consort of King Kamehameha IV. Hungary, Gisela of Hungary, wife and widow of King St. Stephen I of Hungary. Elizabeth Pist, wife and widow of King Charles I of Hungary. Elizabeth Kotroman, wife and widow King Louis I of Hungary. Elizabeth of Luxembourg, wife and widow of King Albert of Hungary. Beatrice of Naples, wife and widow of King Matthias Corvinus. Isabella Jagiellon, wife and widow of King John I of Hungary. Japan, Empress Dowager Aisho, wife and widow of Emperor Komei of Japan. Empress Shokan, wife and widow of Emperor Meiji of Japan. Empress Taimei, wife and widow of Emperor Taisho of Japan. Empress Kojin, wife and widow of Emperor Showa of Japan. Jordan Lisa Najib Halabi, the fourth wife and widow of King Hussein of Jordan and the stepmother of the current king, Abdullah II. Career Queen Hene, wife and widow of Jeongjong of Goryeo and sister of Seongjong of Goryeo, mother of Mokjong of Goryeo and daughter of Gwangjong of Goryeo. Queen Jangyol, wife and widow of Injo of Joseon, stepmother of Hyojong of Joseon, step-mother of Yeonjong of Joseon, step-great-grandmother of Sukjong of Joseon. Queen Jengsun, second wife and widow of Youngho of Joseon and step-mother of Jengho of Joseon and step-great-grandmother of Sunjo of Joseon. Malaysia Tengku Budrad Tengku Ishmael, widow of Said Putra Jamalulil. Tengku Zainab II of Kelantan, widow of Yahya Petra of Kelantan. Raja Perempuan Muswin of Perak. Permaisuri Siti Aisyah Abdul Rahman of Selangor, widow of Salafuddin of Selangor. Portugal Beatrice of Castile, wife of King Afonso III of Portugal, and mother of King Dines I of Portugal. Leonor Teles de Menezes, wife of King Fernando I of Portugal. Eleanor of Aragon, wife of King Duarte I of Portugal, and mother of King Afonso V of Portugal. Eleanor of Viseu, wife of King João II of Portugal. Eleanor of Austria, wife of King Manuel I of Portugal. Catherine of Austria, wife of King João III of Portugal, and grandmother of King Sebastião I of Portugal. Louisa of Guzman, wife of King João IV of Portugal, and mother of Kings Afonso VI and Pedro II. Maria Anna of Austria, wife of King João V of Portugal, and mother of King José I of Portugal. Mariana Victoria of Spain, wife of King José I of Portugal and mother of Queen Maria I of Portugal. Carlota Joaquina of Spain, wife of King Emperor João VI of Portugal and mother of King Emperor Pedro IV of Portugal and King Miguel I of Portugal. Maria Pia of Savoy, wife of King Louis I of Portugal and mother of King Carlos I of Portugal. Amélie of Orleans, wife of King Carlos I of Portugal and mother of King Manuel II of Portugal. Romania Elizabeth of Wied, wife of King Carol I of Romania. Saxony Maria Anna of Bavaria, second wife and widow of King Frederick Augustus II of Saxony. Spain Maria Anna of Neuburg, second wife and widow of King Charles II of Spain and daughter of Philip Wilhelm, Elector Palatine. Louise Elizabeth of Orleans, wife of King Louis of Spain and daughter of Philippe II, Duke of Orleans. Aragon Villante of Bath, wife of King John I of Aragon. Castile Mafalda of Portugal, wife of King Henry I of Castile. Constance of Portugal, wife of King Ferdinand IV of Castile. Maria of Portugal, wife of King Alfonso XI of Castile. Isabella of Portugal, wife of King John II of Castile, mother of Isabella I of Leon. Joan of Portugal, wife of King Henry IV of Castile. Leon Araca of Portugal, wife of King Ferdinand II of Leon, mother of King Alfonso IX of Leon. Teresa of Portugal, wife of King Alfonso IX of Leon. Constance of Portugal, wife of King Fernando IV of Leon. Maria of Portugal, wife of King Alfonso XI of Leon. Isabella of Portugal, wife of King John II of Leon, mother of Isabella I of Leon. Joan of Portugal, wife of King Henry IV of Leon. Sweden. In Sweden, there has also been another title for a Dowager queen, called Riksankadrottning, which means Queen Dowager of the realm. This title was used in the 16th and 17th centuries. The last time the title Queen Dowager was used was in 1913. Katarina Stenbock, third wife and widow of King Gustav I of Sweden. Gunilla Bielke, second wife and widow of King John III of Sweden. Christina of Holstein-Gottorp, second wife and widow of King Charles IX of Sweden. Maria Eleonora of Brandenburg, widow of King Gustav II Adolf of Sweden. Hedvig Eleonora of Holstein-Gottorp, widow of King Charles X Gustav of Sweden. Louisa Ulrika of Prussia, widow of King Adolf Frederick of Sweden. Sophia Magdalena of Denmark, widow of King Gustav III of Sweden. Hedvig Elizabeth Charlotte of Holstein-Gottorp, widow of King Charles XIII of Sweden. Desiree Clary, widow of King Charles XIV John of Sweden. Josephine of Leuchtenberg, widow of King Oscar I of Sweden. Sophia of Nassau, widow of King Oscar II of Sweden. Thailand Rambai Barney, wife and widow of King Prajadeepak of Siam. Württemberg Charlotte, Princess Royal of Great Britain and Ireland, second wife and widow of King Frederick I of Württemberg and stepmother of King William I of Württemberg. Fiction. In the series The Princess Diaries, the character Princess Clarice Marie Grimaldi Rinaldi is the Princess Dowager of the Principality of Genovia. In the films, where Genovia is portrayed as a kingdom, Clarice is portrayed as a Dowager queen. In the series A Song of Ice and Fire, and later the HBO series Game of Thrones, the character Cersei became the Queen Mother to King Joffrey after her husband Robert Baratheon is killed in a hunting accident.